Welcome back to CFB Nation. I am your host, Nino Brown. You are watching Devy Darling's episode 2. This is going to be a special one. I got my co-host in the building, D. Now, how we doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
You got the fresh cut, looking fresh, looking dapper, I
It's
love
too
it.
hot for long hair.
Yeah, it's getting to that weather, which is good because as we get to the warmer weather, which means we're closer to college football, right? We're closer to absolutely seeing these Devy Darlings that we're going to talk about get out there and either we'll be right or, we're going to take it out. But that's what comes with the process, right?
Absolutely.
So this week, we're going to dive into, I guess he took the title at running back of being him in that freshman class last year. That would be Nicholas Singleton, Penn State running back, 6 foot, 219 pounds. He's the Big Ten freshman of the year. You know the drill. I mean, he's got big play capability, gets downhill quick, sub 1,100 meters. He's a violent runner, right? He can plant the foot and change direction with ease. And there's a little topic I got over here. We're going to get into a little bit about how my man's trying to get better at his craft. So what are your thoughts off the rip before we dive into the details of Nicholas Singleton last year?
First off, it's nice to see Penn State have a running back again. I mean, after Saquon, they had 6-7 running backs, injuries, transfers. So it's nice to have them have a consistent running back.
Yeah.
And like you said, this guy's just a dog. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun a little bit, but at the end of the day, he may be better than Saquon, I think.
Like what you see first year, right? Like we gave you the wow factor, and the fact of the matter is he wasn't a one-trick pony. We're going to dive into it a little bit now. But before we get into last year, let's just talk about the guy had the pedigree, right? He was the number 1 running back in that class, right? His junior year at Governor Mifflin Mustangs High School, in 8 games, right? He had 100 attempts for 1,300 yards and 22 touchdowns in 8 games. I get juiced up off 6 yards per carry. My man was at 12 yards per carry. If Jared was in the building, his eyes would bug out like a cartoon right now. He wouldn't know what to do. It's insane that a kid can average 12 yards per carry, And then we go to his senior year, right? You add 2 more games into it because they had to forfeit one in 2021. So they had 11. He had 60 more attempts, and my man damn near had 800 more yards, 20 more touchdowns, 44 total touchdowns, right? And he was at a ridiculous, it was almost like 17 yards per carry. Like, coming into college football, this guy had it all.
Yeah, it's nuts to see that he jumped 800 yards and 20 touchdowns from junior to senior year.
And 65 carries, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
That's insanity right there. Now.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to talk about what we saw, what we were able to witness with our eyes. I saw it on film, the high school stuff, but I was able to see this man go off last year. 13 games, 156 attempts. He had 1,000 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. He had 184 snaps, right? He had 3 fumbles. It's something that you kind of don't really like to see. It could be the freshman jitters or whatever it may be, but we got to work on that a little bit. 624 yards after contact. What? Dino, that's not normal, right? That's insanity right there.
In the Big Ten, as a true freshman.
And because you're an Iowa guy, so you know the deal.
That's nuts.
And it wasn't all one-trick pony, what I was getting to earlier. He had 84 snaps where he ran in the zone, and then he had 64 snaps where he ran gap. So he's a legitimate all-around back. This guy can get it done. And he got it done against pedigree teams, like good teams, not layups. Like, talk to us about a couple weeks where, man, he just kind of went off. There was one game for me where I was just blown away.
Yeah, so first we have week 3 versus Auburn, and this is where I really started paying attention to him last season. 10 attempts, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns against one of the better SEC defenses last year.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then you got week 5 against Northwestern, 21 attempts, 87 yards and a touchdown. That just shows that he was the true workhorse. He's not, like you said, a one-trick pony.
Right.
And then you got Maryland, 11 attempts, 122 yards, 11 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns, which is just ridiculous. And then week 13 against a really good Utah defense, 7 attempts, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 17 yards per carry. That is ridiculous.
Insane. Like, he's showing you he's got the burst. He's showing you he's got the big play capability. He's showing you he can hit the hole and go. And then he's also showing you, all right, Northwestern's got a solid run D. We got a solid defense, right? They're going to put pressure on our O. I can tote the rock 20 times. I may not get 100, but I'll keep going. Like, I'll get you 80, 90 yards, and we'll just keep banging. Keep giving me the ball. I'll keep pushing the power forward. He got that workhorse capability. Now, he did that all with a dude in the backfield that I know you're a big fan of, who was putting pressure. I'm talking about ready to break the pipes on Singleton. And every time people were saying, oh, Katron Allen might be able to take the spot, what did Singleton do? He came and said, not today, Johnny. Not today. But it's a loaded backfield. You're happy to see Penn State, have, consistency, but they got fluidity now. They got depth. They got Katron Allen, he had almost 1,000 yards, right? 860, right? 5 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns, but he got hands, which is one thing that Nicholas Singleton didn't really get the opportunity to have, right? Allen had 20 receptions for close to 200 yards. Singleton only had 11. Now, I mentioned earlier there was something I wanted to talk about. My dude, since the season ended, went and ate at the jugs machine. Just straight bloop, 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 till his hands hurt, was catching balls. He understands that to be an NFL running back, you cannot just be a runner. You got to have hands. You got to catch the ball. You got to have pass catch capability, which makes my man's playmaking capability skyrocket even more. So, but I have a concern, and I don't know if it's a big concern, but I have a slight concern with Trey Potts coming over from Minnesota, because that dude is known for pass catch capability, right? That was his thing when he was over there. Mo was the banger. Potts had an injury, but Potts was the guy who caught the ball at the backfield. Do you think that could eat into the time, or is he just going to be a guy to give breather?
That's hard. I could see him actually eating into time. And now that there's 3 running backs who could be alpha, that's even scarier.
I think he's the type of guy, though, like when the pressure cooker's hot, he performs the best. I think you might be seeing it. I mean, even in the spring game, he told it a little bit, But the thing is, we have to talk about it. The elephant in the room, it's not Nicholas Singleton. It's Sean Clifford's not there, right? It's Drew Aller is the elephant in the room. Are they ready to hand the keys to this kid who is supposed to be the dude and say, all right, homie, you're the captain. I'm going to let you air it out. Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen are going to be option number 2. Or are they going to say, we got dogs and horses in the backfield. We're going to let them be the guys that go out there and get it done. And you just, drive the bus, bro.
Yeah, I think James Franklin would be fired like that if he decided, I'm going to let Drew Aller throw the ball around when you got 3 studs in the backfield that you could run the ball and then dink and dive down the field with that play action.
Yeah, I'm with you. But there's the guys out there that like to get the clickbait and talk about things. So we're just going to bring it to light so you don't fall for that. You know what I mean? Singleton he's the epitome of a Devy Darling, okay? He is everything that you look for in this true freshman going into a sophomore year who performed on the stage. Literally, any time he was asked to step up, he did it. Even in that game where he had 21 attempts, Allen had 21 attempts. They ran the ball almost 50 times in that game. And he was like, nah, you're not outworking me, but keep giving me the rock. I'm going to keep going. And you see it. Like, he's lawn boys, bro. He's got the chain on, right? He's on the sideline. He's got the swag. He wants it. He's RB1. He ain't just going to hand that over to anybody. He's got sweet feet coming out the hole. He's got patience. I mean, he don't have Le'Veon Bell patience, because Le'Veon Bell might have been the only running back I know who would literally stop. In the backfield, wait a minute. Pick what lane he wanted to go to, and then just explode through the hole. But he is, especially for an 18-year-old kid, a true freshman. Like, I watched in multiple games, like in that Auburn game, he went to the right side and kind of just like dipped a little bit, saw that his guy was pulling. So his lineman pulling, waited. Okay, he's in front of me. They can't see me. Cut back, bro. Hit that gap and was gone. He went for like 35 yards. So, like, he's got it. I just hope that, the depth doesn't eat into his numbers.
Yeah. On that depth, I think if Allen can stay patient this year with Potts having just one more year left,
right?
I think Allen and Singleton will be up there in the running back duos of like McFadden, Felix Jones, Marion Barber, Lawrence Maroney. They'll be ones that you talk about for years to come. I really believe that.
Listen, God rest his soul, Marion Barber, Lawrence Maroney, bro. Like that duo. I'm biased a little bit because obviously you see the Patriots in the back, but man, that duo in college football was just wild.
They were nasty.
I mean, and McFadden, Felix Jones. Like Felix Jones is a dude who doesn't get enough credit, bro. He got slept on, and he went off in the NFL in a short amount of time. But Nicholas Singleton, I love that you said he could be that dude out of Penn State since Saquon. I don't know if they're going to be able to. I just don't know. He's got the body structure, though. 219. Like, he's a big boy. He could probably tote it to 250
At 19, times. He could put on maybe another 10 pounds if he really wanted to and be like a true workhorse.
Right, but now does that eat into the speed, right? Now you had 229,
right, yeah,
230. You're going to be get that
speed.
439, 44 speed still, right? Because he got that, bro. He gets away from that line, and he makes that one cut towards the hash of the outside, bro. You better have closing speed. You better and you better wrap well because 600 plus yards after contact, dude. You're not one-arming him. You're not just gonna shoestring this dude. He get away. He got muscle. So like, it's gonna be hard for me. Like I see a little mold of like Raheem Sanders mixed in with like Braylon Allen a little bit. He obviously he's not got that as the height, but like just the body structure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Braylon Allen is a 17-year-old kid that came into college football and dominated. Nicholas Singleton was a 17, 18-year-old kid that came in, and they weren't expecting him to be that good. I knew he was RB1, right? But they weren't expecting 1,000 yards out of this kid, especially with everything that went on. Like, Clifford, I don't think performed to all the standards in my eyes.
No, yeah. I think it may be a little premature, but I think he kind of fits into the Jonathan Taylor kind of mold, too, stature-wise.
Yes.
And they're both downhill, violent runners. So I hate doing comps, but I think that's kind of a little bit closer to where he's at.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just think he's got a little more shiftiness than Taylor.
Yes,
like, especially at this stage in the game. Like when Taylor was a freshman, his freshman year, I don't think he got 200 carries, right? I think it was his sophomore and junior year where he like went off for like 300 back-to-back years. But like he wasn't that shifty. Like Singleton and coming out the hole, bro. He'll leave your boots, at the line of scrimmage, and you'll be running in socks after this kid. So like, that's the thing is he got that moves already. You said he could gain 10 pounds. He could grow another 2 inches for that matter. You know what I mean? Now you're looking at 6'2", 225, 230 at a 4.4 speed coming out the hole at you.
That's scary.
Ooh, that belt better be tight. Them laces better be on, bro. He gonna leave you in the dust. Where would you, if he was draft eligible in this class, where would he be?
I would say 2 or 3.
Woo. Okay. I
would say 2 or 3.
All right. You like him or Donovan Edwards? Real quick before we close it out. Well, I know, right?
That's hard. Edwards
got the hands, right? And he got the power out the hole, but I think Singleton's got the power and the shiftiness. Edwards got sweet feet too. I'm not gonna lie. But
if I had to pick, I would go Edwards just catching wise.
Okay.
But if Singleton can show he's improved his craft, like you've been saying, then I think Singleton flips.
Yeah, listen. Any RB that's in the weight room and then leaves the weight room and goes catches 100 balls off the jugs machine to make his craft better, I'm with it, dude. Like this kid knows.
Oh, absolutely.
He understands it. He knows that there's dudes behind him that could take his job, right? Like he's not stupid. He understands that he's number one, but not everybody can be number one forever, right? So there's always guys that are hungry just like you are. I love it. This is episode 2, right? Devy Darling, me, Nino Brown, D now. We out here. Stay tuned for Sunday. We'll be dropping another one for you. Terrio, McMillan, my guy, T-Mac. We out. Devy Darling.